A Hollywood insider, armed with secrets that could topple empires, steps into the spotlight, and suddenly, his world turns into a nightmare of shadows and threats. That's the chilling reality facing Jason Lee right now, folks. You know him as the sharp-tongued podcaster and former child star who's never shied away from spilling the tea on Tinseltown's darkest corners. But this time, has he gone too far? In a bombshell episode of his hit show, Hollywood Unlocked, Jason dropped names that sent shockwaves through the elite circles, exposing more A-listers allegedly tied to the infamous Epstein Island scandal. We're talking mega stars whose pristine images could shatter like glass under the weight of these accusations. Picture the scene. Jason, sitting in his sleek LA studio, eyes blazing with righteous fury, as he unleashes a torrent of revelations. "I've got the receipts," he thunders, holding up what looks like damning documents. Names like Fabricated Celeb 1, Fabricated Celeb 2, and even whispers about Fabricated Celeb 3, icons who've graced red carpets and magazine covers, now linked to that notorious island of secrets and sin. Fans are absolutely reeling, flooding social media with cries of, "No way!" and "This changes everything." But here's where the drama explodes. Just days after the episode aired, Jason's life flipped upside down. Mysterious cars tailing him on the freeway, cryptic death threats sliding into his DMs, and even a break-in at his home where nothing was stolen, but everything was rifled through, as if someone was hunting for those explosive files. Emotions are running sky-high. Jason's family is terrified, his sister tearfully begging him to stop, screaming, "You're playing with fire, Jay. Think about us." While his loyal fans rally with hashtags like #ProtectJasonLee, Lee, haters and skeptics accuse him of fabricating it all for clicks. But is it all a setup? Whispers from insiders suggest powerful forces are mobilizing to silence him. Could this be the work of those very celebs he's exposed? The stakes couldn't be higher. Jason's not just fighting for the truth, he's fighting for his life. Stick around as we dive deep into this web of betrayal, high-stakes drama, and jaw-dropping twists that have Hollywood holding its breath. You won't believe what happens next. The drama didn't stop with that explosive episode. Jason Lee, still buzzing from the adrenaline of dropping those names, headed home that night thinking the biggest storm was behind him. But oh boy, was he wrong. Fans are shocked as reports flood in that within hours of the upload, anonymous accounts started flooding his comments with warnings like, "Watch your back," and "You just signed your death warrant." Jason, never one to back down, went live on Instagram the very next morning, his voice trembling with a mix of anger and fear. "Listen, I ain't scared," he said, staring straight into the camera, eyes wide. "But these people, they got power. Real power. And if they think I'm gonna shut up, they got another thing coming." His words lit the internet on fire. Supporters poured in with #Justice for Jason and #Stand with Jason Lee trending worldwide, while others called him reckless, saying, "You're dragging innocents into this mess for views." Cut to his family. Jason's sister, Maria, who's always been his rock, couldn't hold it together. In a tearful phone call that Jason later shared a snippet of, against her wishes, she begged him, "Jay, please, Mom is having panic attacks. The kids are asking why Uncle's on TV all the time looking scared. This ain't worth it. Delete the episode. Take it down. We need you alive." Jason's voice cracked as he replayed it for his audience. "She's family, y'all, blood," and hearing her cry like that, it hit different, but he refused. "I can't stop now. If I do, they win. And the truth dies with me." The family was left divided, some relatives quietly supporting his crusade for transparency, others pleading for him to think about the bigger picture, their safety, their peace. Meanwhile, Hollywood was in chaos. One of the names Jason mentioned, let's call him superstar singer Tyler King, a chart-topping icon with a clean image and millions of adoring fans, issued a furious statement through his PR team. "These baseless accusations are disgusting and dangerous. Jason Lee is spreading lies to boost his failing podcast. My lawyers are handling this," but fans dug deeper. Old photos surfaced of Tyler at events where Epstein was rumored to have been present. Nothing concrete, but the whispers grew louder. Tyler's ex-girlfriend, actress Lena Rivers, went on a podcast and dropped a bomb. "I always wondered why he got so defensive whenever Epstein came up in conversation. He said it was old news, but his hands shook. I didn't push it then. Maybe I should have." Betrayal stung hard. Lena and Tyler had been Hollywood's golden couple for years. Now, she was throwing shade, and Tyler's camp fired back, calling her bitter and irrelevant. Then came the first real twist. 2 days after the episode, Jason's security detail, hired last minute after the threats, spotted a black SUV idling outside his gated community for hours. When they approached, it peeled off. Jason posted blurry dashcam footage. "This ain't coincidence, y'all. This is targeted." Police were called, but with no direct evidence, they filed it as suspicious activity. Fans rallied harder, donating to his legal fund, sending gifts, even organizing virtual prayer circles. But the fear was palpable. Jason admitted in a late-night story, "I haven't slept right since. Every noise outside makes me jump. My daughter asked why daddy's always looking out the window. What do I tell her?" Emotions ran high across the board. Longtime friend and fellow podcaster Kevin Samuel's successor-type figure, Marcus Bold, called in to support. Jason's putting it all on the line. If he's right, this could expose the rot at the top. But if he's wrong, man, the backlash is brutal. Marcus shared his own story of industry pressure, saying, "They tried to bury me too when I spoke out. It's real." The solidarity felt powerful, but cracks appeared when another insider, anonymous blogger Shade Queen, accused Jason of cherry-picking names for clout. He's got files on everybody, but only drops the ones that get clicks. Where's the full list, Jay? Or is this just selective outrage? As the week wore on, more celebs reacted. A-lister Queen Bey's team stayed silent, but eagle-eyed fans noticed her unfollowing Jason on all platforms, something she rarely does. Another rapper, known for his conscious lyrics, posted cryptic lyrics on his story, "Snakes in the garden, watch who you trust. Truth hurts, but silence kills." Was it shade at Jason or support? The internet debated non-stop. Jason's views skyrocketed, his episode hit 10 million in days, but so did the hate. Death threats poured in, some graphic, others chillingly professional sounding, mentioning his home address. He moved his family to a safe house, tears in his eyes as he hugged his kids goodbye. "This is what speaking truth looks like," he told the camera. But damn, it hurts. The tension built to a fever pitch when Jason announced he had more names coming. Episode 2 drops soon. And trust me, it's bigger. Fans lost it, excitement mixed with terror. Would he really go through with it? Insiders whispered that powerful PR firms were in crisis mode, calling in favors to scrub search results, pressure platforms to demonetize him. One source close to a named celeb allegedly said, "If he keeps this up, someone's gonna make sure he disappears." Jason laughed it off publicly, but privately, sources say he was shaken. His lawyer urged caution. "We have evidence, but releasing more could escalate things to a dangerous level." Then, the biggest twist yet hit like a freight train. A leaked audio surfaced online, grainy, but unmistakable. It was Jason in what sounded like a heated argument with an unnamed industry exec. "You think you can threaten me? I've got backups everywhere," Jason yelled. The exec replied coldly, "You're playing a game you can't win. Pull it back, or we pull everything, your career, your family, your life." The clip spread like wildfire. Was it real? Fabricated? Jason went live immediately. "That's me. That's real. They called me thinking they could scare me silent. But I'm doubling down." Fans were divided. Some called it proof of a conspiracy, others said it was staged for drama. The emotional toll showed. Jason looked exhausted, bags under his eyes, voice hoarse. His mother, who rarely speaks publicly, broke her silence in a heartfelt video. "My boy is fighting for what's right, but I'm scared every day. Please, whoever's behind this, leave my child alone. He's got a heart of gold." The clip went viral, tugging at heartstrings. Donations poured in, support messages flooded. But the danger felt closer than ever. Jason revealed he'd received a package at his old address, inside, a single photo of his daughter at school with a red X over her face. "No note, just terror. This crossed a line," he said, voice breaking. "Now it's personal." As the threats mounted, allies emerged. A prominent civil rights attorney offered pro bono help. Jason's exposing what many have whispered about for years. "We stand with him." Celebrities who'd stayed silent started liking his posts, subtle but noticeable. One Oscar winner DM'd him, "Be careful, but keep going. The truth needs warriors." Jason shared the message anonymously, tears streaming. "This means everything. I'm not alone." But the pressure cooker kept building. Paparazzi swarmed his safe house. Rumors swirled that one of the exposed celebs was planning a massive lawsuit. Jason's team scrambled to verify every document, every source. "We can't afford mistakes," he said. One slip, and they discredit everything. The personal stakes hit rock bottom when his sister called again, hysterical. "Jay, they followed me today. Black car, tinted windows. I'm scared for my kids." Jason broke down on camera. "I never wanted this for y'all. But stopping now means they win. And evil wins." The family drama tore at everyone's hearts, loyalty versus safety, truth versus peace. Through it all, Jason kept teasing more revelations. "Next names will shock you. People you idolize. People in your playlists, on your screens." Anticipation built to unbearable levels. Fans camped online, waiting. But so did the shadows. Mysterious calls to his phone at 3 a.m., heavy breathing, then hang-ups. His security doubled. He started carrying protection. "I hate this," he admitted. "But I won't live in fear." The main body continues seamlessly into part 2 from here, with the drama escalating further as Jason prepares to drop even more bombshells while the threats close in tighter than ever. The stakes skyrocketed overnight after that leaked audio dropped like a grenade in Hollywood's lap. Jason Lee woke up to his phone blowing up, texts from terrified friends, missed calls from his lawyer, and a flood of new death threats that had gotten even more specific. One message read, "We know where your daughter goes to dance class on Tuesdays. Stop or she stops." Jason didn't sleep that night. He sat in the dim light of the safe house living room, staring at the wall, replaying every decision that led him here. "I started this to shine light," he whispered to the camera in a raw, unfiltered story at 4 a.m., "but now the darkness is coming for my baby girl. How do I protect her and still do what's right?" Fans watched in stunned silence as tears rolled down his face, real, ugly crying, the kind that makes you feel like you're intruding on someone's soul. His sister Maria showed up at the safe house the next morning, unannounced, mascara streaked and furious. The confrontation was explosive. "You promised me you'd be careful," she screamed, slamming her purse on the kitchen counter. "You said it was just talk, just podcast drama. Now my kids won't go outside because they're scared some crazy fan or worse is watching. This is on you, Jay." Jason tried to hug her but she pushed him away. "Don't touch me. Mom can't eat, Dad won't leave the house. We're all paying for your ego." The words cut deep. Jason slumped against the wall. "I never wanted this for y'all. But if I back down now, what kind of man am I? What kind of example?" Maria shot back, a live one. "That's the example we need," she stormed out, leaving him shattered. He posted a clip of the argument later, blurred faces, muted audio in parts, but enough to show the raw pain. "Family first, always, but truth can't wait," he captioned it. The comments section became a battlefield, half calling him selfish, half calling him a hero for not folding under pressure. Meanwhile, the celebs he'd named started fighting back harder. Tyler King's legal team filed a defamation lawsuit for $50 million, claiming irreparable harm to brand and personal reputation. In the filing they called Jason's evidence, fabricated screenshots and hearsay from unreliable sources. Tyler's fans mobilized. Hashtag Tyler King is innocent trended, with thousands posting side-by-side comparisons trying to debunk the old photos Jason used. But then a bombshell counter twist. An anonymous whistleblower account dropped a folder online titled Tyler Receipts. Inside were alleged flight logs, party invites, and grainy cell phone pics showing Tyler on a yacht that insiders swore was headed to Little St. James back in 2015. The internet exploded. Tyler went radio silent. His upcoming tour dates started getting postponed due to scheduling conflicts. Whispers spread that sponsors were pulling out. One music exec leaked to a gossip site, "He's panicking. PR is in meltdown mode. If more comes out, his career is toast." Jason seized the moment. He went live again, looking more determined than ever despite the exhaustion etched into his face. "They're suing me to shut me up. But look what just dropped. Y'all see this? This ain't me making stuff up. This is the universe saying the truth wants to be free." He read excerpts from the leaked files, voice steady but eyes blazing. Fans cheered in the comments, donations hit record highs, but so did the coordinated hate campaigns. Bot accounts flooded his mentions with doxing attempts and graphic threats. His security team found a drone hovering over the safe house roof at dusk. Cameras confirmed it wasn't a neighbor's toy. Police arrived, but the operator was long gone. Jason stared at the footage on his laptop. "They're getting closer. Every day closer." The emotional roller coaster hit a new low when his daughter, little Amara, only 8 years old, drew a picture for him. A stick figure daddy with a big shield fighting monsters, but the monsters had crowns and fancy clothes. She handed it to him with big eyes. "So you can be safe, Daddy." Jason broke down completely, holding her tight. He shared the drawing online, cropped so her face wasn't shown, but the innocence of it wrecked millions. "This is why I fight," he said through sobs. "Not for clout. For a world where my baby doesn't have to be afraid of monsters in designer suits." The post got 20 million views in hours. Celebrities started showing quiet support, heart reacts from names you'd never expect, subtle stories reposting his words with praying hands emojis. One veteran actress, known for her activism, finally spoke out. "Jason Lee is risking everything to expose what many of us have known or suspected for years. Courage like this is rare. We owe him protection, not lawsuits." But the betrayals kept coming. A former producer on Jason's show, someone he'd trusted for years, went public claiming Jason pressured him to exaggerate connections in the Epstein files. He said it would get more views, the producer told a tabloid. "I didn't sign up for this level of danger," Jason fired back immediately in a furious live. That man was paid handsomely and never complained until the heat turned up. Funny how loyalty disappears when the checks stop flowing. The back and forth divided the fanbase further. Some believed the producer, others saw it as a classic smear tactic. Trust eroded everywhere. Even Jason started questioning everyone around him. "Who can I really trust?" he asked the camera late one night. "My circle's getting smaller by the day." Then came the midnight raid scare that pushed everything to the brink. Around 2 a.m., Jason's security heard footsteps on the roof. Alarms blared. They rushed outside to find crowbars and cut wire near the electrical box. Someone had tried to disable the cameras in power. Police swarmed the property, dogs sniffing for clues. They found a discarded glove with traces of DNA that didn't match anyone in the household. Jason, shaking, addressed his followers from the driveway as officers worked. "They came for me tonight. For real. If my team hadn't been on point, who knows? But I'm still standing. And I'm still talking." The footage went mega viral. News outlets that had ignored him before started picking up the story. Podcast host fears for life after naming Epstein associates. Even mainstream anchors debated whether this was conspiracy or coincidence. His mother called him crying. "Son, come home to Georgia. Leave California. We can protect you better here with family." Jason almost broke. He missed home, missed normalcy, but he refused. "If I run, Mama, they win." And every victim Epstein hurt, every person silenced, they stay silenced, she wept harder. "But you're my baby too." The call ended with both of them in tears. Jason posted a black screen afterward with just her words typed out. Fans flooded with support, but the weight of it all showed. He started losing weight, voice raspy, eyes hollow. As part 2 draws to its close, Jason announced the unthinkable. He was going to drop episode 2 live, no edits, no cuts, in front of a small trusted audience and streamed everywhere. No more waiting, no more games. The next names, the next proof, it's all coming. And if they want to stop me, they'll have to do it in front of the world. Anticipation hit fever pitch. Security tripled, lawyers on standby, family begging him to reconsider. But Jason Lee, battered, bruised, but unbroken, prepared to light the biggest fuse yet. The world held its breath as the countdown began. The main body continues seamlessly into part 3 from here, with the live episode about to unleash chaos unlike anything Hollywood has ever seen while the threats reach their most terrifying peak. The live episode countdown became the most watched countdown in podcast history. Jason Lee set it for 9 p.m. past, exactly 1 week after the roof incident. He rented a small soundstage in a nondescript warehouse district, anonymous location leaked only to ticketed attendees and verified security. Metal detectors, bag checks, facial recognition scans. His team called it Fortress Mode. Jason arrived early, wearing a black hoodie and bulletproof vest under his shirt. He didn't hide it. "If they come for me tonight," he told the small crew, "at least it'll be on camera for the world to see." His voice was calm, but his hands shook when he lit a cigarette outside. No one smoked around him usually, but tonight rules didn't apply. Inside, about 50 hand-picked supporters sat in folding chairs, fans who'd flown in, a few journalists who'd promised not to interrupt, civil rights advocates, even 2 former Epstein Island staffers who'd agreed to speak anonymously if things got too hot. The air was thick with tension. Phones were collected at the door. No live leaks until Jason said go. He stepped on stage at exactly 9 o'clock, lights dimmed low, single spotlight on him. The stream went live to millions waiting. "Good evening, family," he began, voice steady but eyes scanning every shadow. "Tonight we finish what we started. No scripts, no edits, just truth, and if something happens to me, y'all know who to look at." He started slow. First name, a legendary movie director, Victor Lang, Oscar winner, philanthropist darling. Jason held up printed flight logs, dates matching known Epstein trips. Victor wasn't just a guest. He directed a documentary on the island for Epstein's private collection. Victims say he was there during the worst nights. Gasps rippled through the room. Victor's PR team had already prepped a denial video, but Jason played a voicemail, allegedly from Victor himself, left on a victim's burner phone years ago. "You were magnificent. Come back soon." Versus, the voice was unmistakable to anyone who'd heard his interviews. The room erupted. Online chat exploded. Holy sh*T. This is Endgame, protect Jason at all costs. But Jason wasn't done. Next up, pop princess Mia Estrella, whose bubblegum image had sold out stadiums for a decade. He showed photos, Mia at a Hamptons party with Epstein in the background, her arm around a young girl who later filed complaints. Mia knew. She partied there. She brought friends. And when one spoke out, Mia's team buried it with NDAs and payoffs. Mia's fans attacked immediately, #LeaveHerAlone trended, but Jason dropped audio of a phone call where Mia allegedly told a manager, "Handle that girl. I don't need this ruining my comeback." The clip was short, edited for privacy, but the words were damning. Mia went dark on all socials within minutes. Her label issued a vague statement about cyberbullying, but said nothing about the island. The room was electric. People were crying, shouting encouragement, some visibly terrified. Jason paused, took a sip of water. "Y'all, this hurts me too. These are people I grew up admiring. But admiration don't excuse evil." Then the biggest bomb yet, a former A-list actor, Ethan Cross, action hero turned activist. Jason revealed bank records showing large transfers from Ethan's foundation to Epstein-linked accounts labeled consulting fees. He wasn't just visiting. He was investing, and he used his charity to launder the money. Ethan had recently spoken at a human trafficking gala. The irony hit like a slap. Ethan's wife, supermodel Grace Lennox, posted a single black square on Instagram, no caption. Fans speculated she was leaving him. Divorce rumors ignited instantly. Halfway through, security interrupted. A man in the back stood up shouting, "You're lying. This is all fake." Guards escorted him out fast, but not before he yelled, "They're coming for you tonight, Lee." The room froze. Jason didn't flinch. Let him come. Cameras rolling. But you could see the fear flash across his face for a split second. He powered through, naming a music mogul, a tech billionaire, even a sitting politician's aide. Each drop came with documents, timestamps, witness statements read aloud by the anonymous former staffers. One woman, voice disguised, sobbed as she described nights on the island. They laughed while we cried. They traded us like poker chips. The stream hit peak viewership, over 30 million concurrent. Donations crashed the site twice. Then the power flickered. Once. Twice. The room went dark for 3 seconds. Screams. Phones lit up like stars. Backup generators kicked in. Jason stayed on mic. That's them trying to scare us. But we ain't scared. Security swept the building, nothing found. But everyone knew it was close. Jason rapped the names, then looked straight into camera. I got one more thing. If anything happens to me or my family, everything, every file, every backup, every video, is set to auto-release to major outlets and WikiLeaks-style drops. No one can stop it now. The room stood and applauded through tears. He ended with, "This ain't over." But tonight, the light got brighter. Post-stream chaos was immediate. The named celebs teams went nuclear, lawsuits threatened, smear campaigns launched, PR firms working overtime to spin it as dangerous conspiracy theories, but the damage was done. Stock in companies tied to the mogul dipped. Sponsors dropped Mia Estrella. Victor's next film got delayed indefinitely. Ethan Cross cancelled appearances. The public reckoning had begun. Fans chanted Jason's name online like a battle cry. Hashtag Jason was right trended globally for 48 hours straight. But the personal cost mounted fast. Jason left the venue in an armored SUV, windows blacked out. Halfway home, his driver spotted 2 cars tailing. They lost them after a high-speed weave through downtown, but Jason arrived shaking. He called his sister immediately. "Maria, it's done. The big one. But I think they're madder than ever." She didn't yell this time. She just cried. "Come home, Jay. Please. We can figure it out together." He promised he'd think about it. But deep down, he knew running wasn't an option anymore. The next morning, headlines screamed everywhere. Jason Lee names Hollywood elite in explosive live Epstein expose. Threats escalate as podcast host goes all in. Is this the end of celebrity impunity? Jason did a quick Instagram live from the safe house, bandana over his face for extra caution. "We did it, family. The truth is out, but I'm not naive. They're not gonna let this slide." He showed a new thread email. "Your broadcast was impressive. Your funeral will be too." He laughed bitterly. "Bring it, I'm ready." His daughter Amara crawled into frame, sleepy-eyed. "Daddy, are the monsters gone?" Jason pulled her close. "Not yet, baby. But Daddy's fighting hard." The moment melted hearts worldwide. Donations hit 6 figures in hours. A GoFundMe for his legal defense and family relocation exploded. Celebrities who'd stayed silent started speaking, some condemning the threats, others quietly liking his posts. One rapper posted, "Real recognize real. Stay dangerous, Jay." It felt like momentum was shifting. Yet the danger didn't fade. That night, a brick crashed through the safe house window with a note tied to it. "Last warning, police swarmed again." Jason's team moved him to a new location at dawn, different city, different state. He told the camera from the back of a moving van, "They think they can break me. But every time they swing, I get stronger. The people are waking up." His voice cracked with emotion. "Thank y'all for riding with me. This fight ain't just mine anymore. It's ours." As the dust settled from the live drop, new leaks kept surfacing, supposedly from Jason's backups, though he denied authorizing them. More names, more proof. Hollywood felt like it was crumbling from the inside. Agents panicked. Contracts stalled. Reputations hung by threads. Jason Lee, once just a podcaster, had become the most polarizing, most protected, most hunted man in America. The main body continues seamlessly into part 4 from here, with Jason facing the aftermath of the live bombshell, new alliances forming, betrayals deepening, and the ultimate test of whether truth can survive when the powerful fight back with everything they've got. The aftermath of that live episode hit like a tsunami crashing over Hollywood's fragile glass empire. Within hours, the named celebs world started cracking. Victor Lang's agents scrambled to issue denials, but the voicemail clip looped endlessly on every gossip channel, his distinctive baritone unmistakable even through static. His latest blockbuster premiere got cancelled, due to unforeseen circumstances. Red carpet reporters asked pointed questions, he no-showed. Insiders said he was holed up in his Malibu mansion with lawyers round the clock, screaming at anyone who dared suggest settling. "This kid thinks he can ruin me? I'll bury him in court fees until he's begging on the street," one leaked text from Victor allegedly read. But the public wasn't buying the outrage. Boycotts sprang up overnight, hashtag cancel Victor trended alongside calls for investigations. Even his charity partners distanced themselves quietly, removing his name from donor walls. Mia Estrella fared worse. Her sweet image shattered overnight. Teenage fans who'd defended her tooth and nail now posted tearful TikToks. "I grew up with her music. How could she?" Sponsors dropped like flies, energy drinks, makeup lines, even her upcoming fragrance launch got axed. Mia finally broke silence with a carefully worded Instagram post, a black and white photo of herself looking solemn, caption reading, "I have never harmed anyone. These accusations are painful and untrue. I trust the legal process to reveal the truth," but the comments turned vicious. "Where's the proof you're innocent? Answer the audio, Mia." She turned comments off within minutes. Her team tried damage control, paid influencers posting, "She's being framed," threads, but it backfired when screenshots surfaced of Mia liking old Epstein memes years ago. The internet never forgets. Ethan Cross's fall was the most dramatic. The action star who'd built a brand on standing up for the little guy now faced accusations of funding the very evil he claimed to fight. His wife Grace Lennox filed for divorce the next morning. Paparazzi caught her leaving their Beverly Hills estate with suitcases and their 2 dogs. She didn't speak, just held up a hand to block cameras, tears visible even through oversized sunglasses. Ethan posted a rambling video. "These are vicious lies orchestrated by someone looking to destroy good people. My foundation has always fought trafficking. This is a smear, but bank records don't lie easy." Forensic accountants hired by independent journalists confirmed the transfers, 6 figures over 3 years. His next movie got shelved. Studios whispered, "Too toxic." Ethan retreated to a private island, ironic, fans noted bitterly. Jason Lee watched it all unfold from yet another undisclosed location, this one a rented cabin in the mountains, far from cell service but with satellite Wi-Fi for streaming. He looked thinner, beard growing wild, but his eyes burned brighter. "Y'all see this?" he said in a late-night update, voice hoarse from non-stop talking. "This is what happens when the mask slips. They can't hide anymore." His daughter Amara sat on his lap during part of the stream, playing with his hoodie strings. "Daddy, are the bad people mad?" she asked innocently. Jason kissed her forehead. "Yeah baby, but good always wins in the end." The clip went mega viral, people sharing it with captions like, "Protect this man and his family at all costs." Support swelled to unprecedented levels. A-list names finally spoke out. One Oscar-nominated actress reposted his stream with, "The truth shall set us free." "Courage, Jason." A legendary rapper tweeted, "Jason Lee doing what most of us too scared to do." Respect, but victory felt fragile. The threats didn't stop, they evolved. Sophisticated now. Instead of bricks and drones came cyber attacks, his website hacked, personal emails leaked, nothing too damaging, just enough to show they had access. His lawyer received anonymous packages with printouts of Jason's travel itineraries, family photos timestamped recently. One note simply read, "We can reach you anywhere." FBI got involved quietly. Agents met Jason in a nondescript diner, warning him the level of coordination suggested high-level resources. Jason didn't back down. If the FB's watching, good. Maybe they'll finally do something about the island instead of protecting the powerful. Family tensions boiled over again. Maria flew out to the cabin uninvited, bringing their mother. The reunion was tear-soaked. Mom hugged Jason so tight he winced. "Enough, baby. You've done enough. Come home. Let the authorities handle it now." Maria was softer this time but firm. "You proved your point. The world's talking. But if you keep going, you'll lose us. Is that worth it?" Jason sat them down by the fireplace. "I love y'all more than anything. But stopping now means admitting they can silence anyone." "I can't do that." Mom cried harder. "You're my only son. I can't bury you." The argument stretched into dawn. Jason promised to slow down, focus on legal battles instead of new drops. But privately he told his producer, "I'm not done. Not even close." New allies emerged from unexpected places. A group of investigative journalists formed a loose coalition, calling themselves Truth Collective, offering to vet and publish any additional files Jason had. One veteran reporter who'd covered Epstein originally reached out, "Kid, you've got balls. But you need backup. Let us help carry the load." Jason agreed cautiously. Backups of backups were created, stored in encrypted servers across countries. "If they take me out," he told the camera one night, "the story lives on without me." Betrayal struck again, this time closer to home. One of his new security guys, hired post-live episode, got caught texting coordinates of the cabin to an unknown number. Security chief tackled him before he could finish. Interrogation revealed he'd been offered 6 figures to facilitate access. The man broke down crying. They said it was just intel, not harm. "I got debts, man." Jason stared at him in disbelief. "You almost got my daughter killed for debts?" The guy was turned over to authorities. Jason posted about it raw. "Even the people protecting me got turned." That's how deep this goes. Trust shattered further, he cut his circle to bare minimum. Family only, plus 2 loyal producers who'd been with him since day one. Public opinion shifted dramatically. Polls showed over 60% of young Americans believed at least some of Jason's claims. Protests popped up outside studios and mansions, peaceful but loud. Signs read, "No more silence," and, "Where's the client list?" Politicians started fielding questions. One senator called for renewed Epstein investigations. Jason's name trended daily, hero to some, dangerous instigator to others. Late-night hosts cracked jokes but with nervous edges. Jason Lee's got more enemies than a Marvel villain right now. Personally, Jason wrestled with guilt. In a quiet moment alone he filmed himself. "Sometimes I wonder if I should have kept quiet. My family is suffering. People I love are scared. But then I think about the victims, the ones who spoke and got ignored, the ones who never got to speak. If I stop, I betray them too." He wiped his eyes. "So I keep going, one foot in front of the other." As weeks turned to months, the initial frenzy settled into a grinding war of attrition. Lawsuits piled up, Jason countersued for harassment and defamation. Discovery phases promised more explosive revelations. He teased one final mega drop, everything. Unredacted, when the time's right. Anticipation simmered. Hollywood held its breath. Powerful people lawyered up harder. Jason, scarred but standing, prepared for the endgame. The main body continues seamlessly into the conclusion from here, with the drama reaching its boiling point, unresolved questions hanging heavy, and Jason Lee facing the ultimate choice between safety and the unrelenting pursuit of truth. The war of attrition dragged on into what felt like an endless nightmare for Jason Lee. Months after the live bombshell, the initial shockwaves had settled into a cold, relentless grind. Court dates piled up like unpaid bills. Depositions stretched for hours where lawyers for the accused grilled Jason on every source, every timestamp, every blurry photo. Mr. Lee, do you have any first-hand knowledge of these events, or are you relying on internet rumors? One high-priced attorney sneered during a Zoom hearing. Jason leaned into the camera unflinching. I have documents, flight logs, witness statements, bank records, and victims willing to speak if protected. That's not rumor. That's evidence. The judge warned both sides about inflammatory statements, but everyone knew the real trial was playing out in public opinion, not the courtroom. Jason's daily life had become a fortress routine. New safe house, a nondescript suburban rental under a fake name. Armored vehicles for any trip outside. Private tutors for Amara so she didn't have to risk school. He filmed updates from blank walls, no background clues. Y'all keep asking where I am, he said in one clip, voice low. Let's just say I'm somewhere the birds sing different and the stars look closer. Safety first. His humor was darker now, edged with exhaustion. Fans sent care packages, books, snacks, letters of encouragement. One little girl mailed a drawing of Jason as a superhero cape, flowing shield emblazoned with truth. He pinned it to the wall, tears in his eyes when he showed it. This is why we fight. For the next generation, the family fractures began to heal slowly, painfully. Maria visited more often, bringing homemade food and quiet apologies. I was scared, Jay, terrified, but seeing how the world rallied, maybe you were right. Their mother stayed longer each time, cooking big pots of stew, filling the house with smells of home. One evening they all sat around the table, Amara giggling as Grandma braided her hair. Jason watched, silent for once. This right here, he whispered to the camera later, this is what they're trying to take. Normal moments. Family. Peace. The clip humanized him further. Even skeptics softened. Donations kept flowing, enough to cover legal fees, security, and a college fund for Amara that grew faster than anyone expected. New twists kept the story alive. One of the anonymous island staffers from the live episode came forward publicly, face blurred, voice modulated but identity protected by lawyers. Her name was Sarah, she said. She described nights where the named celebs partied while young women were coerced. They knew. They laughed. They tipped extra for good service. Sarah's testimony hit major news outlets. Cable shows debated it nonstop. One pundit called Jason a modern-day Woodward and Bernstein. Another labeled him dangerous and delusional. The polarization deepened, but momentum stayed on his side. Petitions for a full congressional hearing on Epstein's network gathered millions of signatures. Betrayal still stung. A former collaborator leaked private texts where Jason vented frustration about slow progress. Sometimes I wonder if it's worth dying for this. The leak was spun as proof he was cracking under pressure. Jason addressed it head-on. Yeah, I said that, in a dark moment, but doubt don't mean defeat. It means I'm human. His vulnerability resonated. Fans flooded with messages. We got you. You're not alone. Keep breathing. One viral thread compiled every time Jason cried on camera, captioning it, real men show emotion when the stakes are life or death. Then came the turning point nobody saw coming. A high-profile defector, one of the lesser-named figures, a music executive who'd been on the periphery, reached out through back channels. He wanted to flip. In exchange for immunity, he offered hard drives full of emails, recordings, internal memos linking more names, including some who'd denied everything vehemently. Jason's team vetted it carefully. The executive met Jason in a neutral hotel room under heavy security. I was there, the man confessed, voice shaking. I saw things, did things. I can't live with it anymore. The handover was filmed discreetly. Jason held the drives like they were live grenades. This changes everything, he told his producer afterward. But it also paints a bigger target on my back. He didn't rush the drop. Instead, he worked with the Truth Collective journalists to corroborate, verify, cross-reference. Weeks turned into careful preparation. Meanwhile, the accused ramped up attacks. Smear pieces in friendly outlets painted Jason as a grifter chasing fame. One tabloid claimed he'd fabricated documents using AI. Experts debunked it quickly, but mudsticks. His mental health took hits. He admitted in a raw late-night story, some nights the anxiety is so bad I can't breathe. I pace the house, check locks 100 times. I hug Amara extra tight, scared tomorrow won't come. Fans organized virtual support groups sharing their own anxiety struggles. Solidarity grew. The final mega drop came quietly at first. No live spectacle, Just a password-protected link sent to trusted media partners and posted on his channels with a simple caption, "The full unredacted truth. Handle with care." Inside were thousands of pages organized meticulously, timelines, connections, financial trails, victim statements redacted only for safety. The release hit like a silent bomb. Newsrooms went into overdrive. Major networks ran specials. Jason Lee's files, the Epstein network exposed. Names that had escaped earlier scrutiny now faced scrutiny. One sitting congressman resigned within days. A tech CEO's board called emergency meetings. Hollywood agents advised clients to lay low indefinitely. Jason went dark for a week after the drop. No posts, no stories. Worry spread. Fans feared the worst. Then he reappeared thinner but smiling faintly. "I'm okay, family. Needed time to breathe, to be with my people. The files are out. The work is done for now." He announced he was stepping back from daily content, focusing on legal fights, family, and healing. "The truth is free now. Let it do its work." Cheers erupted online. #ThankYou Jason trended for days. But the story never truly ends. Threats still trickle in. Lawsuits drag on. Some named figures fight back viciously, others fade into obscurity. Victims come forward more boldly, supported by funds Jason helped raise. He watches from the shadows, now a quieter warrior. Amara starts school again under protection. Maria and mom visit often. Normalcy creeps back inch by inch. Jason's last public words for a while summed it up. "We started this to shine light. The light's on now, bright and harsh. Some will burn, some will hide, but the darkness lost ground tonight. And that's enough for me." He blew a kiss to the camera. "Love y'all. Stay vigilant, stay kind, and never stop asking questions." The main body concludes here with the drama's peaks and valleys resolved in uneasy equilibrium. Truth unleashed, powerful forces wounded but not destroyed, and Jason Lee forever changed, scarred, stronger, and still standing as the reluctant face of a reckoning that continues to unfold. The dust has settled, but the echoes still rumble through Hollywood like aftershocks from an earthquake that refuses to end. Jason Lee, the man who started as a podcaster with a microphone and a grudge against silence, now stands as one of the most polarizing figures of our time. The files are out, the names are public, the conversations are happening in boardrooms, courtrooms, and living rooms across the globe. Some of the accused have vanished into extended sabbaticals. Others fight tooth and nail in courtrooms packed with reporters, while a few have quietly settled out of sight, hoping the storm passes. Victims who've stayed silent for years are finding their voices louder than ever, supported by funds, legal teams, and a public that's finally listening. The island's shadow that once felt untouchable now has cracks, sunlight pouring through. Jason himself has changed in ways no one could predict. The sharp-tongued firebrand still burns bright, but the fire is tempered now, more strategic, less reckless. He spends his days with family, coaching Amara's soccer team, helping Maria with her small business, and sitting with mom on the porch talking about anything but Hollywood. Security is still tight, but the armored subs feel less like prisons and more like shields. He posts sporadically now, thoughtful updates instead of daily bombshells. "The fight ain't over," he said in his last video, voice steady, eyes clear, "but sometimes the biggest weapon is living well, proving they can't break you." Fans still rally around him, hashtags like #JasonStrong and #TruthWarrior popping up whenever a new development hits. Even skeptics who once called him a cloud chaser admit quietly that something shifted, something real. Unresolved questions hang heavy in the air like smoke that won't clear. Will the full client list ever see daylight? Will high-profile arrests finally happen, or will powerful connections keep shielding the guilty? How many more victims are out there waiting for the courage to speak? And Jason himself, what happens next? Does he fade back into private life or gear up for round 2 when the timing feels right? The legal battles drag on, appeals, motions, discovery phases, promising more revelations if anyone has the stomach to keep digging. Hollywood feels different now, more cautious, more watchful. Red carpets seem quieter, agents warn clients to vet every party, every connection. The era of unchecked excess might not be dead, but it's wounded, bleeding influence drop by drop. Through it all, the human cost remains the sharpest edge. Families divided, friendships shattered, careers torched, reputations in ruins. Jason's own scars run deep, nights of paranoia, days of guilt, moments where he wonders if the price was too high. But then he looks at Amara laughing, playing free in ways she couldn't before, and he knows. "Some fights choose you," he told a small group of supporters recently, "and when they do, you either stand up or you live with the regret forever." "I chose to stand." The words landed soft but heavy, carrying the weight of everything he's endured. So here we are at the edge of this wild, unbelievable saga. A story that started with one man, one podcast, and a mountain of secrets has rippled into something bigger than any of us could have imagined. Truth got a voice, danger got real, and the world got a wake-up call it didn't ask for but desperately needed. Whether you're Team Jason, all the way skeptical but intrigued, or somewhere in the messy middle, one thing's clear: this drama isn't finished unfolding. New chapters, new twists, new heroes and villains are still waiting in the wings. Yo, if this roller coaster had you glued to your screen, heart racing, mind spinning, then hit that like button right now. Show some love to the story and the storyteller. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because trust me, when things heat up again, you'll want to be first in line. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you ride or die with Jason? Do you think more big names are about to fall? Or is this all just smoke and mirrors? Be real, spill the tea, argue it out. Your voice matters in this conversation. Thanks for rocking with me through every twist, betrayal, and bombshell. Stay vigilant, stay woke, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.